I don't usually do this, guys. I don't usually ask for DLC to be added into games. And to be quite honest, I'm not even really a fan of DLC. Call me old school, but when I buy a brand new game, I expect years of enjoyment. I still play games on my N64, my GameCube, and those games still offer tons of fun, and they never needed an ounce of DLC. So why can't modern games offer that same kind of longevity? What's up, guys? Patrick from NintenTalk here with a brand new video, and in today's video, I'm going to make my case to Nintendo why Super Mario Party not only could benefit from DLC, but needs DLC to remain a Super Mario Party. See what I did there? Mario Party has always been in my life. As a little kid, playing Mario Party 1, 2, and 3 on the N64, I played it with my best friends. We would have these long sleepovers, and we never wanted to go to bed because Mario Party was that great. It was always just one more game or one more round of mini games. And then the series evolved onto the GameCube, which I like to call the golden year of Mario Party. Mario Party 4 and 5 especially, I think those are fantastic games. I still play those games now because they're just so good. And then it came onto the Wii, and things started getting a little bit weird, you know, the whole motion control thing, and Nintendo got a little wacky. And then Mario Party 9 came out, and they completely ruined the formula. They ruined the thing that made Mario Party so great. Putting everyone in a car, going for that common goal was the complete opposite of what Mario Party stands for. And then Mario Party 10. I don't even want to talk about that one. Don't play that game, guys, if you haven't before, because that is not at all what Mario Party should be like. So, of course, when I saw the trailer for Super Mario Party, I was thrilled. I was thinking, we got it back, boys. Super Mario Party is the first Mario Party game that looks and feels like some of those old original Mario Parties that got me so excited as a kid. And when I picked the game up, not even a year ago at the time of this recording, I was pretty damn happy. And it's really fun. There's a lot in that game. But as I played it more and more, the fun kind of wore off, and there really wasn't a reason for me to go back to this game, which is weird because Mario Party, and one of the reasons why I enjoy it so much, is because it's a franchise that you can continuously go back to with friends. It's literally a virtual board game, so of course you're going to go back to it, play it, have a great time. But Super Mario Party is the one game where I'm not really feeling a strong connection to go back. So Nintendo, add these three things, which I'm going to go over now. So DLC for Super Mario Party, I think, is still realistic. This game is not even a year old yet, and it actually sold pretty damn well. So 7 million copies at the time of this recording, and, you know, you'd have to think that the Switch was probably around that 28 million mark in terms of total sales. So that means that 1 in 4 people have this game. And really, for Nintendo as a company, the company that's so kid-friendly and appeases the casuals, there really isn't a ton of casual games out there. Mario Kart, most people would say, is a casual game, but that really takes a lot of skill, especially with the drifting mechanic, to get really good at. So I would say that Super Mario Party is one of the few casual games. And even though Nintendo is kind of, quote-unquote, the new Nintendo, they still have to cater to the casual market. So Super Mario Party could definitely benefit from DLC. So the first main point that I want to hit on is game boards. Game boards is extremely important. I might be so bold as to say that game boards are the most important part of a Mario Party game in general. Now, this game, for being so super, as Nintendo puts it, has 4 game boards. No, that wasn't a mistake by me. 4 game boards. For a game that's supposed to last you years and years, a game with the name Super in the title has 4 game boards. Mario Party lives and dies by 2 things, and that's the game boards and the mini games. And luckily for this game, the mini games are fantastic. I'm kind of being negative in this video, but I must say that the mini games are a true return to form. I mean, you have rhythm games. You have 3 versus 1. You have 4-player mini games. They are fantastic. They all look beautiful. And most importantly, they're fun as hell to play. However, the game boards are not. They suffer from a few things. I think, first of all, the thing that jumps out is the theming of the game boards. Now, I can't really change this, and Nintendo can't really change that for upcoming DLC. But the game boards are kind of uninspired. And the Switch has a really good lineup of first-party games that Nintendo could possibly translate into game boards. For example, Mario Odyssey has a ton of kingdoms. Why not make one of those kingdoms a game board? Yoshi's Crafted World, a completely unique looking game. Why don't we make a crafted game board? Or Tropical Freeze, why don't we have one of those? Or a Captain Toad level. I mean, I can keep listing off games that could highly benefit from having a themed game board. So I think that's the first thing, is the theming is kind of boring. The second thing is, these boards are really small. Like, look at this one right here. It is tiny. And I'm not asking for these game boards to be gigantic, because I think a large game board can, have the same struggles as a very small one. I think there has to be a balance. Like some of the old Mario Party games, I remember the game boards being really big, but a good size. You know what I'm saying? These are really small. There's some other issues that arise from this that I'll go over later. But the game boards, I think, could be a focal point of this upcoming DLC if Nintendo chooses to do this. And for me, 4 game boards is not enough. So I think Nintendo has to add between 2 and 4 game boards for this to be a substantial DLC and a substantial update for this game. So game boards is my first one. The second one, which I am still baffled about, is online. Online, this is 2019, guys. We are in a new era of technology and a new standard for gamers. And Mario Party Online sounds like a blast. Now, this game does have online, but it's really not anything to write home about. So in this game, you can play with your friends or online in a 5 minigame challenge. I don't even know the name of it. It doesn't even have a catchy name. But you go online and you play 5 minigames that I thought were random, but they're always the same. And you play 5 minigames. The person that gets the highest score based on how you do and how you perform in the minigames is the minigame champion. This is really depressing to see in a Mario Party game. And for me, I'm just baffled that Nintendo doesn't let us play the full Mario Party experience online. There's been some critiques about this, saying that a full Mario Party game is too long and people would drop out and things like that. Okay, so here's how you solve that. You penalize people who drop out, and if people do drop out, you replace them with a bot. Easy. That's like a 5-second problem. So I think online needs to be a big focal point, especially with the amount of people that are doubting the Nintendo Switch Online service. This could be a good way to be like, hey guys, Switch Online is coming up. Are you going to renew? You definitely should, because you can play Mario Party Online with anyone in the world, anyone on your friends list. I just think that this is a no-brainer. I don't even know why I'm still talking, because I could have just said, we want the full experience online. That's all I have to say. The third and final thing, which I think is a little bit under the radar and people don't really talk about because you have to play this game a certain number of hours to really experience this, but balancing could be the next part of this 3-part DLC. And this is kind of intricate, and this, some people may say that this is nitpicky, but this game is really unbalanced. Now, the first thing in terms of balancing that sticks out to me is the ally spaces in this game. So essentially, this is a new mechanic in Super Mario Party where you can land on these spaces called ally spaces. So basically, you land on an ally space and you randomly get an ally to accompany you. And basically what you can do with those allies is you can use your dice, you can use a normal dice, or you can use their special dice, because every character has their own special dice. And in addition to that, whatever you roll, those allies can either add 1 or 2 to your roll. Now that might not seem like a lot. However, you can have unlimited amount of allies, which creates a very unfair advantage for the players that don't have allies, because some players don't land on an ally space once the entire game. However, someone else can land on an ally space 5 or 6 times, and that's a lot. You can add, maximum 2 spaces per ally. So you're talking about 10 to 12 spaces being added. So if one player rolls a 6 and the other player is rolling an 18 every turn, that player is going to get the star a lot faster, because everyone knows the point of Mario Party is to get the star. If you have one player rolling anywhere from a 1 to a 6 and the other player rolling anywhere from a 1 to a 20, you can kind of see how this game really isn't balanced. So for example, you can see here, Yoshi has a partner already. The very next turn, he gets another partner. He then rolls a 12 because of how much those partners actually give him, and then he gets the star. So very unfair there. So here's how Nintendo can balance the ally space. So you have to nerf it a little bit. You can get possible from the ally spaces is a +3 on your dice roll, which is still significant, but I'm kind of okay with that because you have to land on an ally space 3 times in order to get that +3. So that's kind of a way to bring it back a little bit, kind of balance the game a little bit more. So the other thing that could be balanced is the coin amounts. And I just really have a problem with this in this game. So for example, a star in this game costs 10 coins only, which is really low. That's actually half of what the original Mario parties are. It's always cost 20 coins to get a star. Now it costs 10. And 10 coins are really easy to get for a number of reasons. First of all, you start with 5 coins. And second of all, everyone that plays a minigame is a winner. It's kind of like when you're teaching a kid like sports or whatever and everyone gets the participation trophy. Mario Party is not soft and cozy like that. It's a very cutthroat game. It's funny because that's one of the things I like about Mario Party. You can screw over the people that you're playing with. So if I dominate the opponents in a minigame and they're still getting coins, there's really not a lot of incentive for me to try hard in these minigames because everyone's a winner. So for example, Rosalina gets a star. It only costs her 10 coins. The very next turn, she has enough coins to get another star. This is completely unbalanced, and really, I remember playing the old Mario Party games, and as soon as I got a star, I would feel very poor. I would feel like, oh my god, I worked for that star, and now I have no coins to show for it, and it was fun building yourself back up to finally earn another star. This game rewards the players too much, and you really don't feel like you're accomplishing much because everyone's getting coins so generously. So I would get rid of that. I would get rid of that and just have the winner get coins and the losers obviously don't. Why should they be rewarded for something they're failing at? You're failing, so why are you still getting coins? I don't really get that. So that's the second thing of balancing. The third thing is, there was this thing in the original N64 Mario Party game where you would come across a hidden block space. And those were very rare. And a lot of the times those hidden blocks have coins, or more rarely they have stars in them. This game is super generous with the hidden blocks. Like, too generous. You can just constantly be bombarded with these hidden blocks. I've gotten as upwards of 5 to 6 hidden blocks a game in a 10-turn game. That is way too much. So they definitely need to lower the spawn rate, I guess, of the hidden blocks. So as you can see, this game does have flaws. Now I will say that the game is super fun. I would actually recommend this as a casual party game for friends. However, this party game is not going to be so super. And yes, I'm going to keep using that joke because the game doesn't have longevity like a Mario Party should. And you guys might think that this list is very nitpicky, but really, if they did these 3 changes or 3 additions, this game would have a longer shelf life and be actually review better. I ranked it a C last week on my Switch game tier list. And with these 3 additions, I actually think that this game could be a B creeping into an A because it has the polish, it has that Nintendo seal of quality. It's just missing some features. So I'm very surprised that Nintendo hasn't added more DLC to this game. We might see it soon. There's that kind of direct that's rumored. So hopefully we see it soon. Let me know what you think in the comments section below, guys. How possible is it for this game to get more content added to it? Do you think this will happen? And what do you think about my proposal for DLC? Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.